The Valdrakken Accord is one of the 4 main Renown factions coming in Dragonflight, and in this video I'll be running through all of the rewards you can get from this faction and how to gain the reputation with this faction as well. So let's take a look first of all at the rewards you'll get for progressing this faction. At Renown 1 this is just the initial Renown, so you don't get anything. At Renown 2 you'll unlock the ability to find Titan relics. These are pretty scarce, though I haven't found a good source for these, but they can be found from the Titan, the Dragon and the Primalist treasures throughout the Dragon Isles. Mainly these are going to be in Valdrakken, but most of these aren't marked on the map, so they're going to be quite hard to spot. And you only get 15 rep per handing, which honestly I think is quite low for how scarce these Titan relics are, unless someone finds a good grindable method for them. At Renown 3 you're going to be able to pick up a cooking cosmetics. This is like a fork or something along those lines, and you will also get the tea toy, which will put down a tea set that you and other people in your party can drink from, and it'll restore a little bit of mana. At Renown 4 you'll just get some Dragon Isle supplies. At Renown 5 you'll unlock the Siege on Dragonbane Keep. This is kind of like the weekly event for the Valdrakken Accord, and it'll take place in the Waking Shores. You'll see like a horn on the map indicating if the current battle's taking place or when the next one will be. You'll wait for that to tick down, you'll all push into Dragonbane Keep to kind of like retake it, and then once you've retaken it, it doesn't take long, like 15 minutes. Once you've retaken it, there will be some flavor stuff and some NPCs to talk to. You will get a weekly chest from doing this as well, which has some good rewards in it, like rep, items and gear as well, so you do want to be getting that done at least once a week. And then any clears you do after your first one of the week will just give a little bit of reputation, but it is a way of getting repeatable rep with the Valdrakken Accord, although it's not much, it's like 50 rep a run, but it is some repeatable rep you can do. At Renown 6 you'll be able to pick up yourself some gardening tool cosmetics, so if you're into that stuff, you want a gardening transmog, this is going to be right down your alley. At Renown 7 you're going to unlock the Dragon Riding World Quests. These are going to add a bunch more world quests to your kind of weekly to-do content, and these are fairly quick to do typically. And then once you've completed this, you will get a bunch of rep with the Valdrakken Accord. You will get a bag with gold in, it's like 500 gold, so it's not too bad, and you'll have a chance of getting some dragon customization items as well. At Renown 8 you're just going to get some Dragon Isle supplies. At Renown 9 you will get some Dragon Riding customization, so you'll get the plated brow, the split head horns and the spiked cheek. At Renown 10 you'll get the basic shoulders, and these are really basic looking. And you'll also get Word of a Worthy Ally, which is something they've added more recently, which is something for your alts to catch up. So when you hit Renown 10, all your alts will now get 100% more reputation when they're below Renown 10. At Renown 11 you'll get some Dragon Isle supplies. You'll also get a 25% chance of gaining extra supplies from supply-laden humanoids. At Renown 12 you'll unlock the campaign quest line, the Silver Purpose. At Renown 13 you'll get some Titan weaponry cosmetic items. You can pick one for free, and then the rest you'll have to buy with various items and resources. At Renown 14 you'll get some Dragon Isle supplies, and you'll also get some profession recipes, so if you're into that stuff you'll have to do that. This isn't account wide though, the profession recipe stuff, so if you do want profession recipes on your alts, they're going to have to grind the Renown themselves as well. At Renown 15 you'll get some more cosmetics for your dragon. You'll get the hook horns, the scaled pattern and the spike tail. At Renown 16 you'll get a 376 eye level belt to pick up. At Renown 17 you'll get a Draconid helm cosmetic to pick up, and once again the one that you don't pick up you can purchase from the vendor as well. At Renown 18 you'll be able to pick one of 2 pets, either the Crimson Proto Whelp or the Magic Nibbler. At Renown 19 you'll get another campaign quest line, which will be the Garden of Secrets. At Renown 20 you'll get a buff to that Word of the Worthy Ally, and what it'll do is allow anyone below rank 10, any of your alts below rank 10 will now get a 200% rep increase, and any of them below rank 20 will get a 100% rep increase. At Renown 20 you'll get the Valdrakken fashion cosmetics. These look alright, and I'm sure some of you will find some way to work this into a transmog. At Renown 21 you'll get the bronze scale skin for the other 3 drakes, so if you wanted like a bronze looking drake, then this is going to be where you'll get that from. At Renown 22 you'll get a 389 eye level helm, which if you can get this pre-raid, it's going to be quite a nice piece to pick up. At Renown 23 you'll get the Valdrakken tabard. At Renown 24 you'll get some supplies, and now you'll have an additional 25% chance, so 50% total, of getting bonus supplies from supply-laden humanoids. At Renown 25 you'll get the torch, the tome and the bottle cosmetics, and some of these aren't too bad, some of the books and stuff, depends what you're doing with your transmog, but they're alright. At Renown 26 you'll unlock the armor sets for your drakes, and some of these armor sets, especially the colorings on them, look really, really good. With the Valdrakken Accord, you'll get the silver and purple armor. At Renown 27, you'll get a Dragonflight Dragon Banner toy. You get one for free and you can pick up the rest from the vendor, and it's just related to the various different Dragonflights. So if you get the black Dragonflight one, it's going to be themed accordingly. At Renown 28, we get the elaborate Dragon Shoulder transmog, way better than the one that we've seen previously. But for Renown 28, I kind of would like it to still look cooler. But either way, it's a much bigger improvement than the previous transmog we got. At Renown 29, you'll get the Dragon Weaponry transmog. This is mostly recolors of gear that you can get from various other sources like world drops and dungeons. So if you want a specific color, then it might be locked to the specific renown. And then finally, at Renown 30, you're going to get the Ally of Dragons title, and also a Primal Infusion, which is going to allow you to craft a 295 to 305 piece of gear with crafting, which once again, if you can get that pre-raid or very early on, then that is going to be a nice little upgrade for yourself. There is a couple of other things to note about the Renown as well. First of all, there was a Tome of Lesser Dragon Taming for Hunters at around like 23 Renown, although I can't find that anymore and I'm unable to buy it on my alt Hunter, so I'm not too sure what's going on with that. And there may be some secret unlocks as well that these Renown levels give that we just don't know about currently. In terms of gaining reputation with this faction, the Valdrakken Accord is going to be the weaker of the four if you just want to grind it out, but in terms of just getting rep passively each week, then it's pretty good in that sense. The first method of gaining reputation is just going to be going through the main story quest. You're going to get a good chunk of Renown. You're probably going to end up at like Renown 6, 7, maybe even higher now with the changes. So you're going to get a good chunk of rep from just leveling up and going through that content. Same story with the side quests. There's going to be a bunch of side quests that you can come across that will give rep with the Valdrakken Accord. Most of these are going to be found within Thaldraszus, but there will be some others without the world that will give rep with the Valdrakken Accord as well. Your next main method of gaining reputation will be from the Siege of Dragonbane Keep. You unlock this at Renown 5, which you should easily have from doing the leveling content, and this is an event that you get a chunk of rep from doing it once a week, and then you'll get a little bit of rep from repeating it. It happens every 2 hours, so when the first event has started, it will take 2 hours for another one to begin. So if you do miss one, you're going to be waiting quite a bit of time to get the next one. Now your first run of the week, your first big clear, will give you 50 rep for completing it. You'll get a box that'll have 250 rep in it, plus some gear and stuff like that. And then there's a chance of Titan relics as well. So you're going to be walking out with a good chunk of rep. And then every clear you do after that, you'll get a green box, which doesn't have as much good stuff in it. And then you'll get 50 rep. So this is a repeatable way of getting reputation, but it's not very good and not the way that I see people grinding out this reputation. Next up will be World Quests, which you unlock at Renown 7. Once again, you should have this or very close to this once you're done with the leveling content, and this will give you access to the dragon riding related World Quests. These are pretty good, as I said, they give a chunk of rep, and they also give about 500 gold per one you complete. Now the downside to this is you can only get so many world quests a week. It's not like how we used to, where you'll get new world quests every day. Instead, there'll be new world quests every 3.5 days. So once you're done with all your Valdrakken world quests, you'll wait 3.5 days, you'll get some new ones, and then you're stuck for another 3.5 days. Your next source of reputation is going to be from the Titan Relic Hand-ins. These are going to give 15 rep per one, but there isn't really a good way of grinding these out or farming them out. You'll mainly find their treasures within the Thaldraszus area, but they're not going to show up on your maps. You really have to be looking for them. They're going to be quite scarce, so I wouldn't really recommend grinding this too much. If you're doing other stuff like farming herbs or something and you come across the chests, then obviously that's a good way of doing it. But specifically looking and going out of your way for these, I wouldn't really recommend it. Next up, there'll be these special encounters, or what we mostly know them as rares, and there'll be some that are related directly to the Valdrakken Accord. Most of these will be found within Thaldraszus, but there are some within the other zones as well that will give the rep with the Valdrakken Accord. When killed, you'll get just 50 rep for killing it essentially, and there'll be a chance of getting those Titan relics dropped from these as well. Your next method for gaining reputation with the Valdrakken Accord, and honestly the more notable one, is aiding the Black Dragonflight. So you'll head over to the Waking Shores, you'll be able to pick one of the 2 dragons that you want to support. It doesn't really matter much for the Valdrakken Accord, just pick one of them, and then do their various quests. Basically do all of the quests in this area, even the ones for the dragon that you didn't choose to support. These will give you a bit of rep with the Valdrakken Accord. You'll have a big weekly one to hand in with your main choice. This will give a big chunk, I think it gives like 250 rep currently. And then this is also repeatable too. And for some reason currently as well, not only is it repeatable, but it still gives you the purple big chest, which has the, the big loot inside it. So this is going to be the main way I see people doing reputation. There's going to be parties and stuff like that grinding out the mobs here, because essentially all it is a big mob grind. What you do is you'll kill the mobs here, they're all elites pretty much, and you'll get these key frames and the key fragments. It takes 3 frames and 30 fragments to make 1 key. You hand that in, you get 50 rep on the repeatable. So it's going to be a long grind, but this is definitely a way of grinding out the reputation if that's something you want to do. Next up will be the weekly Aid in the Accord quest. This you'll pick up in Valdrakken, and this will be to gain 3k rep and then also do one of the various events within the zones. Once you've done that, you can hand that in and you'll get 500 rep with all of the factions. So you definitely want to make sure you're doing this each week. There'll also be 2 dungeon quests that you can pick up each week as well, and completing this will allow you to pick a faction that you want to gain reputation with. This gives about 250 rep with the faction you choose, and it'll always give 50 rep with the Valdrakken Accord as well, so definitely worth doing to get an extra chunk of rep per week. And then the final method will be these weekly profession quests. You'll have some kind of quest for your profession within Valdrakken, and you'll just pick this up. It'll be to hand in like leather if you're a leather worker, or it'll be to craft an item, and you'll hand that in and you get a little bit of rep with the Valdrakken Accord. So as I said, this is the more kind of painful faction to grind out if you really want to grind out those renown ranks early on, but if you're just doing it passively, just doing the weekly content, then the rep will come and eventually you will end up with your 30 renown, so it's up to you how you want to go about it. But either way, that is a look at the Valdrakken Accord. Look out for more guides coming soon on Dragonflight. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.